1968, the tiny town of St. Anthony, Idaho, nestled in the scenic landscape of the Rocky Mountains, became the epicenter of a scientific anomaly that defied all known laws of physics. A mystery so profound, it left even the most seasoned researchers baffled and questioning their understanding of reality. This is the story of Idaho's infamous cold fire, an unexplained phenomenon that continues to captivate scientists and laymen alike. Dr. Tiny Town of Verna Lake. James Lovelace, a researcher at the nearby Idaho National Laboratory, was conducting routine tests on a high-energy particle accelerator when something extraordinary happened. As he increased the power, a strange blue glow began emanating from the chamber, a color never before observed in such experiments. Even more astonishingly, the glowing substance seemed to be defying gravity, levitating within the magnetic field of the machine. But what truly set this event apart from any other scientific discovery was the fact that the mysterious blue glow didn't radiate heat. Instead, it remained at room temperature. Lovelace and his team were witnessing a phenomenon they could not explain, a cold fire that defied the very laws of thermodynamics. The news of this inexplicable event quickly spread through the scientific community, drawing researchers from around the world to the humble laboratories of INL. However, despite their best efforts, no one could reproduce or explain the cold fire Lovelace had discovered. Theories ranged from the mundane, a previously unknown form of radiation, to the fantastical, a portal to another dimension. As months turned into years, interest in the cold fire waned, and it seemed destined to be relegated to the annals of forgotten scientific oddities. But then, something unexpected happened. In 1975, Dr. Tynd Lovelace, who had continued his research in secret, announced a startling breakthrough. He believed he had discovered a new state of matter, which he dubbed Lovelacium. According to Lovelace's theory, Lovelacium existed at the intersection of matter and energy, occupying a unique space where it displayed properties of both. It was this dual nature that allowed it to defy gravity and remain cool to the touch, a true cold fire, burning with the light of pure energy. But just as suddenly as it had appeared, Lovelace's research vanished. Facing mounting skepticism from his peers and pressure from his superiors, Dr. Lovelace chose to retire rather than continue his fight for recognition. His lab was locked, his notes sealed away, leaving behind a mystery that has yet to be unraveled. Today, the cold fire remains one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries in modern science. With no clear answers and no way to reproduce the phenomenon, it serves as a humbling reminder of just how much we have yet to discover about our world, and the hidden wonders that may lie just beyond our grasp. The strange tale of the cold fire experiment is deeply intertwined with the life and work of one infamous physicist, Dr. John Bush. Born in 1922, Bush earned his PhD from MIT at the age of 24, and quickly established himself as a brilliant and unconventional thinker in the field of nuclear physics. Throughout his career, Bush was no stranger to controversy. He was known for his outspoken criticism of government policies related to nuclear research, and his willingness to challenge the status quo in the scientific community. This maverick streak made him a controversial figure, but it also earned him a reputation as a brilliant and fearless pioneer. In the early 1970s, Bush was working as a researcher at the Idaho National Engineering Laboratory, a Department of Energy facility focused on nuclear energy research. It was here that he became involved in the cold fire experiment, which would ultimately become one of the most mysterious and intriguing episodes of his career. The details of the cold fire experiment are shrouded in secrecy, but what is known is that Bush and his team were attempting to develop a new form of nuclear power based on a previously undiscovered type of reaction. The project was highly classified, and very little information about it has ever been made public. But then, in 1975, something went wrong. A laboratory accident resulted in a catastrophic explosion, and Bush was seriously injured. He was immediately taken to the hospital, and his notes on the cold fire experiment were sealed away, never to be seen again. The accident left behind a mystery that has yet to be unraveled. What exactly happened in that laboratory? What